The story of Qarun. Long ago, in the time of Prophet Moses, peace be upon him, there lived a man named Qarun. Qarun was from the children of Israel, a community oppressed and enslaved by Pharaoh. Despite being part of this downtrodden group, Qarun rose to great wealth and power. His riches were legendary, so vast that even the keys to his treasure vaults were too heavy for a group of strong men to carry. Allah describes Qarun's wealth in the Quran. Indeed, Qarun was from the people of Moses, but he oppressed them, and we gave him of treasures whose keys would burden a group of strong men. Surah Al-Qasas 28:76. But Qarun's wealth did not humble him. Instead, it made him proud and arrogant. He believed that his success was entirely due to his own intelligence and hard work. This fortune, he claimed, is mine because of my knowledge and skills. Allah rebukes this attitude in the Quran. He said, "I was only given it because of knowledge I have." Did he not know that Allah had destroyed before him generations who were greater than him in power and greater in accumulation of wealth? Surah Al-Qasas 28 verse of his people. The righteous people of Qarun's community saw his arrogance and tried to advise him. They said, "Do not exult. Indeed, Allah does not like the exultant. But seek, through that which Allah has given you, the home of the hereafter, and yet do not forget your share of the world, and do good as Allah has done good to you, and desire not corruption in the land. Indeed, Allah does not like corrupters." Surah Al-Qasas 28, the 77. But Qarun mocked their advice. He had no interest in gratitude or humility. Instead, he continued to flaunt his wealth and oppress others. One day, Qarun decided to show off his immense wealth. He adorned himself in luxurious clothing, surrounded himself with servants, and paraded through the streets with his riches. The sight was dazzling. Many people, captivated by the glamour, exclaimed, "Oh, would that we had like what was given to Qarun. Indeed, he is one of great fortune." Surah Al-Qasas 28. However, the wise among them reminded the people, "Woe to you! The reward of Allah is better for he who believes and does righteousness, and none are granted it except the patient." The punishment of Qarun. As Qarun's arrogance grew, so did his defiance of Allah. Finally, Allah decreed that Qarun would face the consequences of his ingratitude and pride. One day, the earth beneath Qarun's feet began to tremble. Before he or anyone else could react, the ground opened up and swallowed Qarun, his treasures, and his magnificent palace. Everything he had prided himself on vanished in an instant. Allah describes this punishment in the Quran. "And we caused the earth to swallow him and his home, and there was for him no company to aid him other than Allah, nor was he of those who could defend themselves." Surah Al-Qasas 28:81. The same people who had envied Qarun now realized the truth. They said, "Oh, how Allah extends provision to whom he wills of his servants and restricts it. If not that Allah had favored us, he would have caused it to swallow us. Oh, how the disbelievers do not succeed." Surah Al-Qasas 28:82. Lessons from Qarun's story. 1. Wealth is a test. Allah tests people with wealth to see if they will be grateful and humble or arrogant and corrupt. Indeed, Allah extends provision for whom he wills and restricts it. And they rejoice in the worldly life, while the worldly life is not, compared to the hereafter, except brief enjoyment. Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:26. 2. Gratitude is key. Wealth and success are blessings from Allah, and they should be acknowledged with humility and gratitude. If you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor, but if you deny, indeed, my punishment is severe. Praise him. 3. Arrogance leads to ruin. Qarun's downfall is a warning to those who become prideful and believe they are self-sufficient. Indeed, Allah does not like the arrogant. Surah An-Nahl 16:23. 4. Focus on the hereafter. While it is permissible to enjoy worldly blessings, the hereafter should always be our primary goal, but the hereafter is better and more enduring. Surah Al-Alaq 87. 5. Beware of envy. Envying others for their material possessions can blind us to the true blessings of faith and righteousness. And do not extend your eyes toward that by which we have given enjoyment to some categories of them, its being but the splendor of worldly life by which we test them, and the provision of your Lord is better and more enduring. Surah Al-21, 6. Justice prevails. Oppressors and those who spread corruption will face the consequences of their actions, if not in this world, then certainly in the hereafter. And Allah does not wrong the people at all, but it is the people who are wronging themselves. Surah Yunus 10:44. Thus, Karun's story remains a timeless lesson about the dangers of arrogance, the fleeting nature of worldly wealth, and the ultimate justice of Allah.